70 liters, 50 liters, 40 liters. How do you choose the right size pack for backpacking? So you're just getting started with backpacking and you're ready to buy your first backpack. But do you buy your backpack first and then all your other gear? Or should you buy your backpack last after you know what gear you've got? There's mixed opinions on the approach here, but let's break it down on what I believe is best so you don't end up regretting the purchase of your first backpack. Now, some will say it's as simple as just buy your backpack last, because once you've bought all of your other gear, you'll know what size pack you need to fit all of that gear inside of it. But let's take a step back or two to really define some additional things that are critical to understanding what pack you actually need to buy for backpacking. Now, before you even start buying gear, there are some things to ask yourself and determine before you can really settle on the right size backpack or just the style of backpack that you want for your trips. And that is determining what style of backpacking you are going to be doing. Are you going to be more of a weekend warrior type of hiker where you're out for a couple nights at a time? Or are you doing section hiking, through hiking, where you're hiking hundreds, thousands of miles at once and you need to be as efficient and simple as you can possibly be? Or are you doing more expedition style of trips or even specialized type of trips where you have some specialized gear that your pack needs to be able to carry? Determining that makes a big difference in knowing what style of pack you're going to choose, because there are a lot of options out there and you don't want to get the wrong backpack, because if somebody is a thru hiker and they love an ultralight, low volume size of pack, and that is what works really well for them, but that doesn't quite match the style of packing you're going to be doing, then you're probably going to end up with a poor experience and not enjoying that whole process because you didn't get the right tool for the job. So then once you've made a decision on what style of backpacking you're going to be doing, you will then be buying gear that matches that style. If you are trying to be as lightweight as possible and as minimal as possible, you're going to buy gear that matches that style of backpacking to make it possible for you to accomplish those goals. Or if you're going a more traditional route, weekend warrior, weight may not be as big of an issue and you're more focused on comfort. So buying gear that allows you to be as comfortable as possible. That is going to make all of the difference in being able to choose the right size pack, the pack that can carry the weight that it needs to carry, as well as just be as comfortable and enjoyable as you possibly can be out on the trail. So there's some key considerations to keep in mind for choosing the right size pack, or just the right pack in general for your backpacking. And that has to do with volume first. How much space does your pack need to have to be able to carry all of the gear that you are going to be taking on your trip? This is a 40 liter pack, this is a 50 liter pack, and this is a 70 liter pack. I use all three of these packs for different types of backpacking trips that I go on, and very often this 40 liter pack is just simply not enough space for the type of trip that I'm going on. If I'm doing a winter trip, the volume of this is not big enough to carry all of that winter gear. For this 70 liter pack, I bought this specifically to handle the pack rafting and winter trips that I'm doing, to have enough volume for the additional bulk of gear that is carried for those more specialized types of trips. And then a really good all-round size is this 55-ish liter size pack that makes it possible for me to do longer trips and that kind of thing. So volume plays a big role in choosing the right size pack. Now, as a general rule, if you are buying your first pack ever, I would say anywhere from a 50 to 65 liter size pack is going to be a great place to start for a backpack. But there are other things to consider, because there are so many different types of packs out there on the market. How do you know which 50 to 65 liter pack to buy? And that comes down to the features or the design of the backpack. These are three different styles of packs that have very different feature sets to them. This Outdoor Vital CS40 is a 40 liter pack that is ultralight in its design, as well as it's not going to carry as much weight. This Gregory Paragon 50 is more of your traditional style of pack, what you are used to seeing out of a hiking backpacking pack. And then this pack here is a 70 liter pack from Superior Wilderness Designs that is designed very specifically to carry heavy loads of gear, as much as 65 pounds of gear, but it will hold and carry 40 to 45 pounds super comfortably. So the design of the pack is really, really critical, because this 40-liter pack here, while it has a frame in it, it is not capable of carrying more than about 30 pounds of gear comfortably because of how it's designed. This pack here, 50 liters in capacity, will carry 35 to 40 pounds because it has a much more robust frame to it, as well as this big 70-liter pack, because of the frame system and the way that it's designed to be super robust and carry the weight. But then one more consideration that's important is, does the pack feature the ability to adjust the fit of the pack and really fine tune that fit to make it as comfortable as possible? This Gregory, for example, does feature an adjustable torso length and some hip belt adjustment to fine tune that fit and make it really fit your body the way that you need it to be as comfortable as you can? Or are you gonna go with something that has a fixed fit and length of the shoulder straps and the hip belt, and then hope that it just properly fits your body and works out well that way? Those are things that are so important in the whole process of choosing a backpack. So now that you've gone through those prerequisites of determining the style of backpacking you're doing, what your gear is going to look like, the seasons you're going to be out, and all of those things, then you can really define what size pack you want and the pack that is going to carry all of that gear in the most comfortable way possible. Now, I fully understand that the process of buying a backpack for backpacking is overwhelming, but I guarantee you that if you take the time ahead of the purchase to do your research and go through these steps and process that I outlined in the video here today, you will be able to find the right pack and not regret your purchase as well. Making sure that you are determining what style of backpacking you're going to be doing, as well as just getting all of your main gear first, your tent, your sleeping gear, your clothing, your cook gear and such, and laying it out in front of you so that you can see, one, how much weight all of that is, so that you're buying a pack that can carry that weight properly, but also how much bulk it takes up. Now, that's going to be different for everybody, essentially. If you are a small person or a big person, a 40-liter pack might work for you because your gear is smaller, or a 60 or even 70-liter pack may be necessary because your gear is larger, just for the sake of being a bigger person. And that is totally fine. There's plenty of options out there to make it possible for you to achieve those goals and get the right pack for your backpacking. Just go through those steps ahead of time so that you don't make a purchase before you have everything else in place, and then you end up regretting that purchase because it can't carry the weight, or it's not big enough, or it just doesn't have the features that are necessary for you to accomplish your goals and what you're trying to do out on the trail. So I hope that's helpful. I know there are a lot of other videos about what pack to choose, how to choose the right pack, but hopefully this gives you some key elements to take into account ahead of time before you make that purchase, so that you can ensure that you get the right pack for your backpacking. I want to thank you guys for watching today. If you have anything to add to the conversation, let me know down in the comments. I hope you have an awesome day. We'll catch you on the next one. See you later.